Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the 5 essentials that you need for your work from home face. Now I know that we are all doing video conferences, we're not seeing people in person, but that doesn't mean that we can't maintain our regular level of bossiness. I don't know if that's the word, but you know what I mean. If this is something that is not your thing, then it's not your thing. But if you are a makeup lover like me and makeup is a part of your routine, I often say that makeup is my therapy. It's the best part of my day. I enjoy doing my makeup. It's so necessary for me to continue doing this during this time, even though a lot of times nobody except my husband will see it, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to jump right into the 5 essentials that you need for your work from home face. So the first thing, of course, is your foundation. And I'm going to be using Estee Lauder's Doublewear foundation today. So if you wear foundation, BB cream, CC cream, whatever, choose your base. So this is actually cinnamon is the color I'm wearing today. There's a couple, get it to focus, sorry. It says cinnamon, I promise. There are actually a couple of shades that match pretty well, but I ended up investing in cinnamon and it does the job. So I'm going to be using cinnamon today. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. This Handy Dandy thing did not come with this pump, but my friend Amanda got me a pump. She is the real MVP. I love this pump. So if you go by your Estee Lauder and ask where your pump is, there's no pump. But you can get them on Amazon, I believe. So I'm working from home, don't really need a full coverage face. I say that now, but we'll see how it turns out. So I did 3 pumps of that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to be using my favorite foundation brush, my Morphe M406 brush, to just put that all over my face. Now, I had already oiled my face off screen. So before I apply my foundation, I put on my baking oil by Makeup Revolution, and I will tag it down below in this video. I am oily, so I also like to set my foundation. So I put a little bit of oil on before I put anything else on to give my skin some oil so it doesn't have to overproduce oil throughout the day. And then I bring it back down a little bit to matte with a setting powder. So that brings us to our second essential, which is, you guessed it, it's a setting powder. So I will say I have more than one setting powder that I will use. So I'm going to use my Almay, I feel like I said that wrong, Almay Smart Shade Loose Finishing Powder all over my face. And I am going to use my Elizabeth Mott Set for Life setting powder to set the concealer that I put on my under eye and all the other areas of my face when I contour. So for now, I am going to go ahead and put setting powder all over my face just to give me a matte finish before I continue working. I'm going to be using this Real Techniques powder sponge or beauty blender. In the past, I've used a regular beauty blender to apply my setting powder, and it does okay, but it is not as good as this beauty blender that is intended to be used with powder. I don't even know what the texture is. It just grabs the powder and applies it so well, and it's filthy right now because I haven't cleaned it, so I apologize, but it looks just like the regular beauty blender, but the texture is different, so it's able to hold on to the powder. And I feel like it gives me a better application than a regular beauty blender would as well. And I'll link this below too. Now that that's done, we'll move on to the third essential, and we'll actually come back to our other setting powder after we apply the third essential, which is our concealer. And just like with the setting powder, I'm using more than one concealer. So I have my concealer that I use in my under eye, my forehead, what do you call this? It's not the bridge of your nose. On my nose for contouring and my chin. And then I have my darker concealer that I use on the cheeks, around the forehead, the jawline, and as well as to contour that nose. You can do this if you want. It's not necessary, but this part is not necessary, but I would recommend that you go ahead and apply your concealer to your under eye, especially if you suffer from dark circles, or if your sleep pattern's off. I know that we are all just all over the place. I know that I am as well, and you've not been getting adequate rest, or you've been getting too much rest. I feel like that can negatively impact you as well. Go ahead and put that concealer on your under eye and wherever else you need it. I am currently broken out, stress and hormones and all the things, so I will use concealer to cover some of those dark marks, and I actually use a different concealer for that. I actually use the Clinique Acne Solutions concealer on my acne marks. It does have salicylic acid in it, which is an ingredient used to treat acne, so I will put that on when I do have active breakouts, but you can use whatever concealer that you like. I'm going to be using my Morphe concealer, and this is C3.35. I'm going to be applying that under my eye, forehead, nose, chin, all places. And now that's applied, I'm going to blend it in with my concealer brush. As you can see, this weekend's going to be spent cleaning brushes because they're all filthy. Don't try this at home, kids. Clean your brushes. Now that that's done, we're going to go in with our darker concealer to contour those cheeks, forehead, and jawline. And I'll be blending that in with my Farrah contour brush. I'm just going to go back in with my regular beauty blender to make sure that there are no lines, no harsh lines, and to make sure that everything is blended well. Alright, good enough for homework. Okay, so we're going to go back to the setting powder. Now we're going to bring in the Elizabeth Mott Set for Life setting powder. I'm going to be using that where I place the lighter concealer, so under the eye, forehead, nose, chin, and I'm going to be applying it with that same beauty blender that was intended for use with powder. So that's to focus here. Ooh, spilling. It's powder. That's what it looks like. Shake some of that out because this sponge will grab whatever is in there, and then we will have way too much. Look at that. Look how it just holds on to it. Wow. Wow. And I will say, once you start applying the powder to your under eye, don't let up, because there have been many mornings where I've second guessed myself and I've backed off and spilled powder all over my clothes. Just go in. Don't come back. Don't back off. So now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia of Beverly Hills contour palette and set those places where I contoured my cheeks, my forehead, along the sides of my nose using this Tan to Deep palette. As you can see, my favorites are here and here because you can see the pan on them. I'm going to use this one today because I've used the darker concealer, so I don't feel like I need a powder that's as bold. So I'm just going to use my tapered brush to go into cheek here. I'm going to be using my Farrah 550F brush to kind of just blend that all in and remove any excess powder. I'm going to go all over my face with this. Okay, now that we've got that blended to our liking, the next essential is blush. Blush just makes you look awake. It makes you look vibrant. I noticed many years ago that I really liked the way my face looked after a workout, and that was because my cheeks were flushed. So blush is a necessary for me. I have two blushes that I kind of alternate back and forth between for my work from home look. And the first one is this Shayna B blush. Sorry, I can get it open. And this is what it looks like. This color is Brickle. I think I'm saying that right. I think it is right. It's Shayna B Miami, Brickle, Miami. And then the other one is a Phase Zero blush, and the name of this color is Blusher. And they look pretty similar. And I really also like these because they have kind of a shimmer to them as well. So if you don't want to highlight, this can kind of act as both. I'm going to use the Phase Zero blush today. It's in my hand. How I choose things. I have so much makeup. I'm gonna go in with my blush brush. And I'm actually going to dab it into my cheek. I used to brush, but I feel like it kind of disrupts all the other layers that I've put down. So now I dab on it. Right here on the apple of my cheek. I know some people will apply it kind of here. I've seen that, but I'm still an apple of the cheek girl. It's just a nice subtle color. Makes your face look warm, makes you look awake. I am here to partake of this meeting. Okay, and the final essential is mascara. Gotta wake those eyes up. Some days I will go without it. I'm fine either way, but the eyes are the windows to the soul, so you make your decision. Today I'm going to decide to wear mascara. I'm going to be using the Benefit Their Real mascara, and this color is no color. There's no name. It's black. It's a black mascara. And that's it. If you're good with what you've done, then you're finished. But if you're like me and you want just a little bit more, you've got a few extra steps. So all of the powder and the foundation that I put on my face has kind of muted my eyebrows. They're still very prevalent. I actually had them ombre, well, they're powder brows, ombre powder brows. I had them done last November, October, at the end of October, and had a touch up in December. So they're about 6 months old, and I am in love with them. I didn't realize how transparent my eyebrows were before I got them done. I went back and looked at some old pictures and I was like, wow, you really couldn't see my eyebrows without filling them in. So obviously you can still see them without me doing anything to them, but I feel like with all the layers that I put on, they just kind of get clouded with the powder. So I want to bring them back. So I'm going to be using this Brow Wand eye pencil by Scone. What is this color? It's chocolate, in chocolate. So first I'm going to use the spoolie to just clear my brows of debris and get them going in the right direction. And I really don't even do much. If you saw me before I got my eyebrows done, you knew that my eyebrow routine was very in-depth. It's not anymore. I really don't even put a whole lot of thought into it because they're there. So don't really have to do a lot of the shaping. I mean, they could use some shaping. I need to get them done, but that's not possible right now, so we may do. We don't complain. If you're like me and you love a good highlight and you need it in your life, don't deprive yourself, girl. I'm going to be using Ofra's highlighter in Rodeo Drive. It is one of my go-tos. As you can see, I'm starting to see the pan on this one as well. But I just love it. It's the perfect shimmer. It's not overbearing. I wear it every day. It's my go-to highlight for sure. And that's it. And I cannot go without setting my face. I just have to. I'm going to be using my all-nighter Urban Decay setting spray. It's just the bomb, and I do a little spritzy. I've been putting on like a lip gloss or a chapstick, and that is not my steez. I'm lipstick all the way. But I have been wearing a more neutral lipstick color in the house. I mean, of course it's not necessary, but Los Angeles by NYX, and sadly you cannot find this anywhere anymore, or at least I've not looked in a while, but the last time I looked I couldn't find it. I ended up ordering it, I think offline, and getting maybe 2 of them because I couldn't find them anywhere else. But this color is the bomb. It's the most natural color. I love it so much. But today I'm actually going to put on a lip color because I am doing some other things, and I want lipsticks. I'm going to wear this red lipstick today, and this is a Victoria's Secret Velvet Matte, and the color is Desire. I've never been real good about coloring in the lines. I feel like it's everywhere. But anyways, that's it. I would love to see your work from home faces. Follow me on Instagram at unconventional_southern_belle. I always forget my name. I'll tag it anyways. Facebook, the Unconventional Southern Belle. Twitter's the same. Follow me, tag me. I'd love to see your work from home faces. Yeah, let's give each other encouragement and uplift one another during this time. And I love a good beat face, so send it my way. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. See you soon.